Good afternoon. This is Judge Elisa Bettis presiding over the 210th District Court criminal docket for July 9th, 2024. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all all directives regarding remote proceedings. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube. Mr. Nunez, please go ahead and call our first case.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll call it. Calling cause numbers 2024 0D02834 and 2021 0D02928, State of Texas versus Kim Arlene HOOGENDOORN. May I have announcements, please?
8-1 for the State of Texas. Present ready, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jose Montes for Ms. HOOGENDOORN, ready.
And Ms. HOOGENDOORN is appearing remotely from the jail annex. We are scheduled for bond hearings in both her cases. I believe our last setting was also a bond hearing, Mr. Montes. If I'm not mistaken, maybe we might have waived it because I did see that on the 2021 case, she's still at no bond. Right. And then on the 2024 case, I'm showing her bond being $13,500. Is that what your records reflect?
I think that's correct, Judge.
Okay, you may proceed.
Your Honor, I was reappointed on these cases when Ms. HOOGENDOORN was rearrested for a first-degree felony, manufacturing, delivery, another possession of controlled substance, a third-degree felony, and a state jail felony for possession of controlled substance. Your Honor, it was a big surprise when I was appointed because Ms. HOOGENDOORN, at the time that she pled, was doing very, very well. She was staying in touch with me by email, by phone. She readily read and signed the plea papers and was on her way. Obviously, she had a drug relapse and episode. Ms. HOOGENDOORN today looks remarkable compared to her arrest photo. If the court would look at the portal,
I have.
She looked, awful, and she looks restored. And my point being, Judge, is that she needs medical and mental health treatment, not incarceration. I think she's going to live at 6001 Dyer Street, El Paso, Texas, 79904, unless I stand corrected. Ms. HOOGENDOORN, where do you plan to live if you're released?
It's 3731 Fred Wilson, apartment number 1.
Will you be working?
No, I have a full-time and a part-time caregiver. I have survivor benefits that I get each month for my dad passing.
Thank you. Your Honor, pass the witness.
Well, I mean, she hasn't been sworn in.
Oh, yes, Judge. That's all.
I'm sorry?
That's all we have, Judge.
Ms. Winery, do you have any questions for Ms. HOOGENDOORN?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Winery, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. HOOGENDOORN probably is benefiting right now from being incarcerated. Again, based on, like defense said, her book and photos, she has a history of drug abuse. Her rap sheet consists mainly of manufacturing, delivery, and a possession. Now, it's one thing if it's just possession, but the fact that she's also manufacturing and delivering to others creates an issue for the community. She has some things in her past that have shown that she can be a threat to the community. She had a bank robbery that she was incarcerated for. And I think, without some parameters set in place, she's just going to fall back into what she's done before. Now, the state doesn't, we don't think that she should not be bonded out. We just believe that the bond is adequate based on her criminal history and based on the threat that she could possibly pose to the community. So we would ask that the bond remain in place, but if the court sees to, lower the bond, that she be given restrictions like weekly reporting to make sure that she is compliant with any sort of restrictions in regards to drug or alcohol use.
We may have heard that bond, Mr. Montes. I'm just seeing, I don't know why I was thinking she was on deferred. She wasn't on deferred.
No.
She's got the conviction. I'm looking at a PSR that starts in 1996 with possession of a controlled substance, and it's 17 pages long. Bear with me 1 second. Is there a rec on the 2024 case?
Not at this time.
Are there any co-defendants on the 2024 case? While you're looking at that, Miss Pineda, are you there? Do you show that she's ever received something like BHRTC or some type of intensive treatment or anything of that nature in any previous local cases?
Let me check on that.
Something up here. Frankly, I'm not comfortable leaving her on probation, so that kind of factors in to what I think the bond should be. I can tell you her original bond, I'll tell you this right now. On the new case, there's no way, due to the prior history, the safety of the community, that bond is getting low. And I understand, Mr. Montes, she may not have any resources. Okay, so that might as well be, $130,000. I don't know.
Right.
On the probation case, when I went back and looked at it, she was originally on some 30,000 before she pled, a $30,000 bond. Then she was PR bonded. She pled. Trying to think if she pled when she was in custody. I'm not really sure about that one. But I wouldn't go under $30,000 cash surety. I agree with the state in terms of she looks a lot better now, but it's because she's in custody. So let me go back and look at the PSR. 96 Monday.
I apologize to interrupt. I don't see that she's been on probation in the past.
Has she ever been to prison?
She has something out of the federal system for bank robbery.
What's the time on that?
Let me-
What's the year on that? I'm going to start on my PSR 96. We have controlled substance, dangerous drugs. Looks like that was dismissed. Eugene Police Department in 96 again. Forgery. 96 again. False information, making a false report. This is all Eugene. Possession, controlled substance, dangerous drugs. It doesn't give me a dispo. Then I guess we jump to 2008, unlawful possession of methamphetamine, controlled substance offense, reckless driving. 20, let's see, this is the same year. Another controlled substance offense, unlawful possession of heroin. 2008, Lane County, false information to an officer. Unlawful possession of heroin, unlawful possession of cocaine. These entries are strange, 90 days jail time, but it doesn't tell me, and maybe those are the sentences for the previous offenses. 2014, first degree theft. That's in Eugene. When did she move to El Paso? When did you move to El Paso?
In 2019,
19?
yes.
So you moved to El Paso in 2019, and in 2021, we get our first criminal case here, manufactured delivery. So that's what she's had here. She comes to El Paso and picks up the cases for which she's on probation.
In 2008, she was charged with bank robbery and sentenced to 30 months.
Yeah. We need to find a number. Her bond on the 2021 will be $30,000 cash surety, and the bond on the conditions there will be to be compliant with probation. I'll commit no new offenses, all of those things. And then in the 2024 case, the request to reduce bond is denied. Do we have a number? I'm looking at, we've got a third degree. What, Carla, let me see. I have too many things open here. The case summary in terms of her performance on probation, setting aside the new offenses. Let me go back to the case summary. Do I have a case summary? Did we have a case summary on Ms. Hugendorm? I know it was a bond
Yeah.
hearing.
I do,
My-
Judge, you know what I think I did? I just realized I attached one duplicated another one, and I didn't give you this one. Sorry. Hold on. Sorry.
Let me
And
look
Your
at,
Honor, if we're gonna run the probation revocation with the new case, it would be 5 TDC.
let me look at the case summary, Mr. Montes, so we can see what we're really talking about. I feel like I read it once before, but I certainly don't remember it right now.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Montes, what ties does she have to the community? I mean,
Ms. Hugendorn, do you have any family here right now?
No, my son-in-law is in Arizona, but yeah, I know that my record doesn't look good on paper, but I'm in,
Ms. Hugendorn, no, that's for later.
okay.
Hold on.
And Your Honor, if she is released on bond, my only concern is that the apartment that she said that she's going to return to is the same exact apartment complex where the 2024 case originated out of. In that case, it was apartment number 9, and she said that she's going to return to apartment number 1.
Right.
Carla, if you see the report, I don't have it yet, but can you
I
just
just
tell me?
emailed it. I just emailed it to you, Judge. But as far as probation goes, she had failed to report for September and November 2023. She was assessed a TAP assessment back on, let me give you the date. 1/13/23.
Can you hold on a second? What is that noise?
Judge, they're working on the courtroom, moving our light switch.
All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Carla.
January 2023, she had her TAP assessment and she was recommended no treatment at the time. She failed to report September and November 2023. She was referred to recovery support groups, but she stated she didn't feel any at the time. She was not assessed hours. And then we come January 31st, 2024, and that's when she picks up the man delivery and the other charges that are
Was she-
pending.
Was she ever tested?
Yes.
That, Your Honor, is
Hugendorn, I'm not asking you. I'm asking probation. Go ahead, Carla.
there. Let's see. The last entry I see in the system, Your Honor, is from 12/16/23, and it says failed to provide. 10/19/23, it says failed to provide. And then before that one
Does
is
that mean
7/12.
she didn't, does that mean she didn't report for testing?
Correct.
Okay.
And then on 7/12/23, which is the other one, it says invalid swab. But that's the only information I see, Your Honor.
Is that in the case summary or are you just looking?
No, I had to look it up, Judge. It's not, none of that is in the case summary.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a complete case summary at some point on Ms. Hugendorm because it sounds like, Mr. Nanias, I need you to let them know to be quiet. If you would please just, for our next setting, have a complete case summary with all of the non-compliance. You know, Mr. Montes, we're talking about 5. I don't really feel like I have a complete picture. I mean, I think I do, but you know, if we're gonna look at things that, you know, there's more to put into the mix here. So for now, that'll be the order on the bond and we'll go to our next setting.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Mr. Ivy will take care of your case next.